A very good afternoon to all. I heartily welcome you for this inaugural function of Science Association and Nature Club. This program is jointly organized by Science Association and Nature Club of Shikshan Samsthas, Balwant College Vita and Vita Nagarparishad Vita. For this inaugural function, we have resource person Dr. B.A. Sonar Sir, Assistant Professor, Department of Botany, Abasaheb Marathi Mahavidyalaya, Rajapur. I feel great privilege to welcome Principal of our college and President of today's program, Honorable Dr. R.S. More Sir. I also like to welcome Mr. Yogesh Sawanke Sir, Taxation and Administrative Officer, Vita Nagarparishad Vita. Once again, I welcome all the participants, faculty members and students for this program. Now, I would like to request Mr. Rathod Sir, Chairman, Science Association and Nature Club for introduction of program.
Today, we have organized the inauguration function of Science Association and Nature Club in collaboration with Vita Nagarparishad Vita. For this inauguration function, we have resource person Dr. B.A. Sonar Sir. I would welcome on the behalf of Balwant College Vita. I will also welcome the principal of our college and president of today's function, Honorable Dr. R.S. More Sir. I am also welcome to all the officers of Vita Nagarparishad Vita and also welcome to all students and the faculty member. In this science association in front of students where we expose the scientific world ideas, we do not enough for academic syllabus. The association aim to provide more scientific knowledge and improve the leadership quality among the students. For BSc and MSc students, develop the scientific tempers. To encourage, motivate and equip the student in the application of science, its interface with the society. In our college, every year we have celebrating Science Day and conducting science exhibition to promote and expose their idea and creativity. We have also the several activity like poster competition, quiz competition and poster presentations. To also arrange the expert lecture on the advanced topic in science and technology to promote research culture among the student and faculty member, to develop the soft skill and personality of student and the faculty members. Nature Club is also convincing the nature lovers from our college to promote the monitoring and operating the environmental sustainability activity in the society, starting from college campus with the novel object has formations, the skill development for the environmental protection, promoting the environmental awareness program, all the section of society and spreading environmental education for among the student. To sensitize, motivate and educate the student and staff about environmental conservation, to create awareness among the society about the environmental and related issue. Organize the activity to reduce population in the district. Encourage the effort to promote the conserve the biodiversity in neighborhood. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now we are moving towards the inauguration of Science Association and Nature Club. Now I request Honorable Principal Dr. R.S. More Sir to please press the button which is displaying on the screen and do the online inauguration of Science Association and Nature Club.
सोनार सर बताए ना असं आहे
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to request Mr. Dongre Dike sir for introduction of resource person.
Good afternoon, one and all. Once again, welcome you all in inauguration function of Science Association and Nature Club, organized by Science Association and Nature Club Balwant College, Vita, in the collaboration with Vita Nagarparishad, Vita. Let me take an opportunity to introduce my one of the best friend and today's guest lecturer, Dr. B.S. Sir. Sir received his PhD in botany from Shivaji University, Kolhapur. After receiving PhD, Sir has worked as assistant professor. His teaching experience in about 10 years in various colleges. Sir worked in Shivaji University, Kolhapur, Dr. Patangrao Mahavidyalay, Ramanand Nagar, Balwant College, Vita, and Sir is currently working as an assistant professor at Department of Botany, Abasaheb Marathe Mahavidyalay, Rajapur district, Ratnagiri. Sir has completed the minor research project under the research initiative scheme funded by Balwant College, Vita. Sir has a recipient of UGC Meritorious Research Fellow. Sir has published more than 10 research papers in UGC English Journal. Sir has represented more than 30 research papers in international and national conferences. He has worked as a research person, examiner, and evaluator of various workshops, conferences, and competitions. He is working as coordinator of Campus Development Committee. Sir also working as a member of RUSA DSCPs and the Hope Program, Nature Guidance Seal, Innovation Seal, and NAC Writers Second. With this brief introduction, I would like to welcome Dr. B.R. Sonar sir and request him to guide our students. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to request resource person of today's program, Dr. B.A. Sonar sir.
Good afternoon to all of you. This is a nice occasion to be online with Balwant College Vita in this connection of national Science Association and Nature Club activity with the Vita Nagarparishad Vita. Today we are here to see whether we are cope with environment, biodiversity or not. There are some issues today we are facing, like a corona pandemic and other such epidemic diseases. When we see in our mind, at that time we feel that this is because of the anthropogenic activities done by the human beings in the nature and sometimes in the forest. Today, we are having a big issue to save biodiversity. We are having huge number of youth with us, young people. They are very much active and they can do something for the society, for the nature, for the nation also. Today, this is the event which is organized by Science Association and Nature Club of Balwant College Vita. Why we found any nature club or science association? Because today all of we are knowing that science is the fact. When we see something, when we go deep into the reasons of the activity which we have seen, at that time we'll come to conclusion that there is some specific reason for being happening in that process or activity. So my friends, student friends, today I am dealing with the biodiversity and what are the threats to the biodiversity and what is actually awareness to create about the to conserve the biodiversity. There are some slides I have prepared here. Biodiversity means biodiversity is, in simple words, bio means life and diversity means variety. What do you mean by variety and what do you mean by diversity? Today, in the nature, we see there are n number of species of plants, animals, microbes. All these, they are having diversity. Diversity may be among the species, diversity may be among the genera, and diversity may be among the community. So, biodiversity is the variety of life forms which are there on the earth, which are essential interdependence of living things. So, this is about the biodiversity. In the year 1992, a convention in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, has defined biodiversity as the variability among living organisms from all sources, including inter alia, terrestrial, marine, and other aquatic ecosystems and ecological complexes of which area part. This includes diversity within species, between the species of an ecosystem. Ecosystem जर आपण बघितली, so in an ecosystem we have diversity. How the diversity is? The diversity in species. That diversity may be in the ecosystem, and the diversity may be at the gene level. All of we are knowing that there are species which we see. Homo sapiens sapiens is the species. Then in plants we see each and every genera, it has species. The species may be of variety. So the species can show differences, and in the similar genera we found different species. So that kind of diversity may be seen in the ecosystem. There is terrestrial ecosystem, there is aquatic ecosystem, there is marine ecosystem. So there may be grassland ecosystem. So diversity is there also in ecosystem. And diversity may be in genes. No man or no animal or no plant is similar to each other because of the only presence of genes. The genes which are present in the organism, they are showing differences at their gene level. So no animal, even if in twins we see here there are twins, they are not similar to each other. There are slight differences which we visualize at the gene level also. So flora, climate, altitude, soils, presence of other species, all these they have shown in 5 kingdom living things. That means Animalia, Plantae, Fungi, Protista, and Monera. These are all 5 kingdom classification, and these are 5 kingdoms which we have accepted for the today's biota. Then biodiversity hotspots are there, and in India we have 2 biodiversity hotspots. What we have, that is Eastern Himalayan region. That is one of the biodiversity hotspot which we have in India. That is rich in biodiversity of plants, animals, as well as microbes also. So in similar fashion, in India, in Deccan, on Deccan Plateau, we have slight aside from Deccan Plateau, there is a Western Ghat, which is a rich biodiversity center, and that is a hotspot which is noted by the World Heritage. So these are the some changes which are there in the biodiversity. and what we have is this much, but at the same time we are losing one by one of these kinds. In many of the species, they are becoming threatened, and these species, they are becoming in danger. So there are some books which show presence of such things becoming threatened, becoming endangered. There are some books called as red data books, yellow books. So these books include species which they're in threatened. So all the way these species are becoming danger because of only the activities by human beings, like deforestation are there due to heavy harvest of forest, because of heavy industrialization, because of heavy urbanization. So these are some things which may cause to the environment, and there are some issues which are there with the environment also. And what are those? These issues must be seen by people, otherwise we can't uh, say that what we have and what we lost, lost. So for that purpose, we have to understood what is environment. Environment is nothing but it includes water, soil, biological flora, fauna, noise, aesthetic, culture, socio-economic, political conditions. All these which are there surrounding us, all is called as environment. So there are some natural sources. Which are those? Air, water, soil, trees, forest, coal, wildlife. All these are the natural resources. What do you mean by save the biodiversity and to conserve the biodiversity? To save all these natural resources in their natural form is coming under the conservation of the environment, or to take care of the environment. Due to human activity, these resources may become uh, uh, contaminated, and to save these uh, resources, we have to conserve, we have to take care of it. There are some renewable sources. There are some sources which we uh, reform it. there is solar energy, water, we can convert it into other energies like electric energy. So this is there are some non-renewable sources are there, which include some minerals, phosphates, oil. These are some non-renewable sources. Classification, which is based on the origin. There are two type of organisms, biotic and there are two types of things, biotic and abiotic. What to conserve and how to conserve it, and why to conserve it. That is due to our activities, the ozone layer which is there in the environment is becoming depleted day by day. Due to some activities, due to flood, the soil erosion may take place. Due to heavy wind, soil erosion may be take place. And nowadays, acid rain is falling in some areas where there is a heavy industrialization. So, at the alarming rate, we are facing these problems of soil erosion, ozone depletion, acid rain, and due to all those effects, we now facing a different type of threat to the human beings, that is global warming. What the global warming is? Global warming is a rise in temperature of the globe Earth. So the temperature of the globe Earth is rising day by day. The fear among the scientists is that after some years, the level of sea may be rose due to the global warming because of the ice caps which are there on the south pole and north pole of the earth. They become melt, and the water which is there in the form of ice is converted into liquid form, and that may come and bring to the sea. So there may be rise in sea level also. So this is one more fear. So what we have to do is reduce the use of what we are using, water and other resources which we have to use, that may be reused if possible, and recycle the things like water. There are some things which we take into other form and can be converted into again to use it. So there are some managements, there are some waste management which is related to the transport, collection and processing of the waste. That may be solid waste, that may be liquid waste. In every municipal corporation, we have a Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, and under that Abhiyan, we are gathering the garbage from the city and we are disposing it in a proper place and taking care that the place must not be any heavy load of the garbage, and that may be managed properly with distribution of waste as plastic waste, that is garbage separate, that means liquid separate. So in this type we have solid, liquid, gaseous, and sometimes there are some radio active waste are there that may be taken separately and that may be destroyed. There are some e-waste which we facing a big problem of e-waste. So all these things, they harm to the biodiversity. So we have to maintain and take care of that. These waste should not be uh, dumped into any natural resource. It affects ability of to live on the earth. When we see any of the waste which we dump in and around area of the people where live, at that time it definitely cause a disease or epidemic, because the whatever amount of garbage is dumped that may decay after some time and may have growth of some bacteria, fungi, and those bacteria, fungi can attack on the human life. So it affects our ability to live on the earth. It affects our health, our economy, our existence on the earth. Now, in this pandemic of COVID-19, we are facing very much a third stream of the COVID pandemic. In first and second, we have a lot much loss of human beings. A live data, that is biota, is very much disturbed, and it caused very much to the human life, and that may hampered our health, economy, and ultimately existence on the earth. Because if it continues, it may take lead and may cause a very serious threat to our human life. So these are some air pollution causing industries. Not much time I'll take for this. These are air pollutants. All of you students and all other, you are knowing that the carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxide, sulfur oxides. So all these oxides causes cause air to pollute. These are some consequences due to the air pollution. It may hamper or damage to the lungs, respiratory system of human beings, cough, wheezing, asthma, like diseases may cause there. So all the way, effects of air pollution are this is all about air pollution. Then there are some causes which we pollute the water. We throw our garbage, plastic waste in the water resources that may cause the water bodies contaminated. Sometimes dead decaying organisms may be discarded into the rivers. So heavy metals may be dumped in the water bodies like chromium, nickel, uh, PB is there also. So inorganic chemicals like acid alkalis, when you dump into this water, that may also cause the pollution of water. The nutrients, nitrogen, phosphorus, like they disinfectant byproducts like trihalomethanes and some microorganisms. They may cause, uh, they may pollute the water bodies. There are some effects which, because of only polluted water, to bring after polluted water, we have mercury like heavy metal that causes Minamata disease. Decreased dissolved oxygen that may cause affect to the heavy aquatic life. So there are two diseases, Itai disease and Minamata disease. So these two diseases may be caused by the heavy metals. Also, dysentery, diarrhea, these are common symptoms which we observe during the uh, drinking of such polluted water. So there are some causes which make soil pollute. There are some causes like higher food demand, intensive agriculture, disposal of urban and industrial waste, exploitation of minerals, harmful agricultural practices. So these are some causes which cause the soil to pollute. Heavy urbanization is the one of cause. So what are the serious effects of this soil pollution? These are the effects which are caused to the human beings, also to the nature. Pesticide can damage the crops. Some pollutants can get into our system indirectly from eating. Vegetable grown in contaminated soil, reduced aesthetic appeal. These are the some effects which are due to the soil pollution. Uh, for this water as well as for soil, reduce, reuse, and recycle strategy can be used to separate the degradable waste into separate bins. What we can do to stop or to minimize all these things is to plant a more trees. Soil remediation can be done with the help of plants only, because there are some plants which can take up some heavy metals as well as some salts which are there in the soil and can be removed from the soil, and soil made free from that polluted uh, agent, that means pollutant. So there are some plants which help us to minimize the pollutants from the soil. Afforestation is one more thing to reduce the soil erosion. In very first slide, we have seen that soil erosion is maybe due to heavy flood or maybe due to heavy wind that may be restricted that may be arrested due to afforestation program. Afforestation is nothing but to plant more trees. And these are some reactor carbonyl power plants, which are massive radiation sent into atmosphere. That has been planted in 1986 with oil well fire that we have seen in 1991. To save the nature, to save the biodiversity, we have to make a plan of sustainable development. We must have to conserve nature. We must have to viable. We must have to live on the earth. We must have to. We must be social among the peoples. We must have to grow with our economy. So all these things made hand in hand, and that may be due to that may be helpful to grow more the community of human beings as well as plant community. There are some projects, wildlife projects are there to save the tigers, crocodiles, rhinoceros, elephants, etc. There are tiger projects has been planted in 1973-74. Elephant project is undertaken in 1992. And there are some projects like vulture conservation, crocodile conservation project, sea turtle is there, Indo-Russian cooperations are there, for migratory birds. Project Hangal is there. So all these projects helpful in the conserving the nature at their sites. There are some gardens, there are some wildlife sanctuaries which take care of such plants, animals, etc. There are some nurseries of heavy uh, big botanical gardens. So they take care of our environment, they take care of our uh, threatened species, they take care of our whatever we were losing uh, day by day, that may be conserved with the help of such big botanical gardens. In our area, we have a lead botanical garden in India that has been planted in Botanical Garden, Shivaji University, Kolhapur. That has been uh, that has that has been enumerated by many plants, that has uh, many kinds of species of plants. Uh, there are a number of palm species. There are a number of wild species. There are a number of hydrophytic species. There are a number of species which we have of ornamental use. Then all kinds of species we have in our vicinity garden, that is nothing but lead botanical garden, Shivaji University, Kolhapur. Like that, we have many gardens in India. In Calcutta, we have Howdah Garden. In Bombay, we have Sanjay Gandhi National Park. So all these parks and conservatories, they conserve our environment and our species to save the nature, for to save our life. We have to conserve our nature. So with these words, I conclude my lecture, and thank you uh, for giving me a nice opportunity to uh, say some words to the people in and vicinity of Balwant College, Vita. So thank you. Once again I thank to Science Association Committee, Nature Club Committee, and Principal Balwant College, Vita, for giving me a nice opportunity. Thank you.
Biodiversity. Now I would like to request Mr. Rahul Patil sir, head and assistant professor, Department of the Zoology, for presidential address.
Thank you, madam. Good afternoon to everyone. Actually, the principal sir of our college is engaged in Sanstha meeting. So on the behalf of principal sir, I'm here for the concluding remark. So at the very outset, I would like to congratulate the Science Association and Nature Club Committee and the Vita Nagarparishad Vita for inaugurating the Science Association and Nature Club. So dear friends, every year, the Science Association and the Nature Club of our college is organizing various activities to inculcate, to enrich, to create the interest about the science in the science student, not only in the science student, but also in the students of commerce, students from the art faculty, students from different faculties. So dear friends, the Nature Club also working in various fields of various different fields to create the awareness about the biodiversity, to create awareness about the environment, to create the awareness about the nature and their importance as far as the human life is concerned in the world. So for this workshop, we have invited the resource person, my friend, Dr. B.A. Sonar sir. He has covered a various topics related to the nature conservation. He has also talked on the various aspects of the environmental pollution. He has emphasized on the different polluted factors. And lastly, he talked on the biodiversity or the wildlife of India. So dear friends, as we know that, as far as the human life is concerned, we are totally depend on the nature. So if there is a no nature, there is a no human life in that particular world. And that should be a very important, that concluded by Sonar sir. Sonar sir has also given a very nice talk and the knowledgeable talk about the importance of the science also. So with this, I'm very much thankful to the our resource person, Sonar sir, and the Vita Nagarparishad Vita, most notably my friend Yogesh Salunke sir, Taxation and Administrative Officer, Vita Nagarparishad Vita, for presenting for their presence in this inaugural function of Science Association and Nature Club. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Patil sir. Now I would like to request Mr. Yogesh Salunke sir, Taxation and Administrative Officer, Vita Nagarparishad Vita, for vote of thanks.
I would like to thank Balwant College Science Association Nature Club Committee to jointly conduct this program, inauguration function of the Science Association and Nature Club. And I would like to thank Mr. Sonar sir that he has explained the various aspects of pollution, that is air pollution, soil pollution, water pollution, and what are the remedies of that pollution. As a government organization, council has doing many things like plantation drives, and water pollution activities, soil pollution activities. In this area, there is a lot to do. Means no any single organization can prevent the climate change. For this, we have to do collective efforts, and I would thank Balwant College especially that it has a huge huge potential, that 5,000 people, students are learning in the college. That's why 5,000 plus into multiply by 4, such quantity of people they can engage in this pollution, to prevent pollution, or we can say climate change activities. So Balwant College has done a tremendous work in this area. Its campus is also very green campus. whenever council needs, Balwant College supports us. By this, I would like to thank our guest, More sir, Dongde sir, Sonar sir, and our president, More sir, actually. Thank you.
With the kind permission of the president, the program is over.